everyone, I hope you are doing super duper well. I wanted to switch things up today and maybe make this more of a casual repot with me and plant chores type of video. So that's what we're going to do here. And I'm curious to know right off the bat, how many plants, now that summer is coming to an end, how many of your house plants did you folks have to repot this summer? Leave it in the comments below because I'm so curious. I think my number is somewhere around 1035-ish. Just kidding, but not too far off. I find myself repotting year round, by the way, and I'm curious to know if you guys too. But we are going to focus on this beautiful Epiprenum pothos marble queen. Is that what it's called? A marble queen? Snow queen? I forget. Either way, it's a queen of some sort, and it is an epiprenum. And we are focusing in on this, by the way, because it has been in this pot for, oh gosh, 2 years now? 2 years? And it has been in a desperate need of a repot, which randomly I happen to have a larger version of the same pot that is empty, so why not? And you know, you might say to yourself, Kevin, in your past videos, we've seen that you have some unorthodox ways of repotting your plants. Like, for instance, that time you took a hammer to your Monstera Sultiplicata. Wish me luck, and we're gonna do this together, guys, okay? I'm like so concerned about the plant. The plant's like, dude, just do it. Just crack it open and let's move on, all right? Okay, so here we go. Yay! Oh my gosh. Pulling this out is I don't know why this stuff stresses me out so much. I'm so concerned about the plant, like, that it's being hurt by me doing this. The plant's just like, I'm a plant. Just get over it, man, all right? And you know what? Go ahead and talk about my unorthodox repotting methods as much as you want, but that Monstera Sultiplicata is thriving. You can see it right over there in the corner, and just ask it yourself. It's like, yeah, sure, great, I'm thriving. Woo! Good job, Kevin. Thanks, Monstera Sultiplicata. I know. But we're gonna focus on this baby because, like I said, it has been in a desperate need of a repotting for a while now. Also, I'm curious to know in the comments below if you folks find yourselves repotting just during the spring and summer months, which, you know, are the times to really repot. In fact, you know, it's not recommended really that you repot in the fall or during the winter, though I must say, and I'm wondering also if you guys would mind commenting below whether or not you're like me and find yourselves repotting year round, because it's like a never-ending task, I find. But then again, it's not like I'm repotting out of the blue or unnecessarily. It's because I do, during the winter and fall months, give these plants really optimal conditions with grow lights, humidity, and all that jazz. So, you know, it's not like I'm just being like, all right, I'm going to repot because I want to. Nobody ever wants to repot. Yeah. So with repotting, you have to keep in mind that there are a few factors here. Like, for instance, the fact that a plant could be stressed out once it is repotted, and I've had that happen several different times. And also, when you are repotting a plant and giving it fresh soil, which this one clearly needs, and I think because it was like 2 years ago, it was like a generic Miracle Grow type soil. We'll give some chunky aeroid soil mix here in a minute. But aside, just heard like a bash on the door. I don't know if you guys heard that as well. Welcome to the raw behind the scenes cut of this. When repotting, it's also a good idea to not give the freshly repotted plant too much bright indirect light, even if it requires that, because too much light after the stress that a plant goes through can really damage the plant overall. And not just that, but there are other factors to keep in mind, like, for instance, the fact that if the plant is repotted and you put it into fresh soil, keep in mind a lot of that soil, especially if it is like a Miracle Grow that you buy freshly bagged up, comes with fertilizer. So one of the things you don't want to do is to over fertilize a plant, and so maybe stay away from fertilizing it. Now, this mixture of a chunky aeroid soil mix that I made does not have any fertilizer in it, so I'm going to give it some fresh fish poop. That's right, plants love fish poop. Fish fertilizer, Alaska Fish Fertilizer 511 is the one that I go with. And I will be adding a little bit of that into its watering, and this plant clearly needs to be watered. I mean, look at those leaves. It's starting to be on the struggle bus with that browning, and these type of epiprenum really don't shy away from browning when they are stressed. So now that we have it out of its pot, I can see it definitely needed a repotting, and a lot of these roots, they're still really healthy, but I know that they're going to thrive in a new soil and mixture. I'm just going to pull away at some of the brown dead roots. Okay, and it looks like we have almost freed up a good chunk of the roots. I just want to break away some of this older soil just because it is 2 years old and it's kind of dense. By the way, a good tip if you're new to plant parenting is that when you're going to repot a plant and let's say you buy a bag of Miracle-Gro, it's always a good idea to purchase some perlite to add in, especially if you have plants like an epiprenum, pothos, philodendron, monstera, alocasia, anthurium, syndapsis, the list goes on and on. They like a very aerated soil, and perlite really helps break that up, which is very nice, you know. But while we pop this baby up, I'm also curious to know what plants do you find of yours in your collection that tend to grow the most where you have to repot them often? It's funny because my Monstera Thai constellation, which I've done recent videos on, I had to repot that baby like right at the beginning of the summer, and it's grown so much that I'm actually going to have to repot it again in like the next 2 weeks. Once that new leaf unfurls, it's going into a larger pot because it's starting to climb over the side. Okay, I think that we've got it done. I'm not going to reuse any of this soil because it's old, and so am I. After recently turning 40, by the way, I just find myself, when I have to do plant chores, really always just kind of exhausted. And I would actually, I shouldn't blame that on being 40 because I felt like that for the last couple of years. But I'm curious to know, how do you guys go about your plant routine in terms of like the number of plants that you'll repot in one day? Because I used to try to do like marathon repottings, and then I realized I'm like, man, after like repotting 4 plants, I'm dead. I'm exhausted and I don't have the energy for it anymore. So I'm curious if you guys find yourselves in the same boat. So let me know in the comments below. Adding some rooting hormone powder to really kind of help spice things up a bit and allow for a safer transplant of this plant with its roots. Oh boy, okay, I'll get to reuse this pot, which is nice. So, and I'm wondering, because I did have this, oh gosh, this moss pole in there, whether or not I should add that back in, or if I should just let the plant become a trailing plant. I mean, these vines are really thick, so maybe I'll start it as a trailing plant and see how it does and whether or not it needs like that moss pole support. Before I finish this up, there were some really interesting factoids that I was researching for you guys. If you know me from any of my past videos or my past life, I'm a journalist, was a journalist, well, always will be a journalist, I guess. For 17 years, I won 12 Emmy Awards for my reporting and research that I've done. And I like to carry that journalistic integrity that I had and have with me into plants. And so I do a ton of research on all of this stuff. And one of the things I found fascinating was sort of like how people kind of look at repotting plants as a spiritual practice, and in many different forms and fashions, I might add. I found myself kind of falling into this boat. At first I was like, wow, that's kind of, silly. Yes, I understand that it's therapeutic, and I do find it therapeutic. But there were also some other little interesting tidbits that I found that I want to share with you guys, and then I'm going to explain afterwards the one that I do that is very interesting.
How often do plants in life just stress us out? Well, if you need a stress reliever, try repotting. It's like therapy for your plants and for you. Those tiny root hairs exploring the new soil, it is mesmerizing. Feeling adventurous? Bury a tiny treasure in the bottom of your plant pot when you repot, a time capsule of sorts for future generations. Have you ever whispered secrets to your plants? Some people swear it helps them feel more connected. I mean, who's to say they can't hear us, right? According to Feng Shui, repotting can improve the flow of energy in your home. So next time you repot, change your inner Feng Shui master. Some gardeners turn repotting into a ritual, complete with chants and incantations. It's like a plant-based version of a rain dance. Have you ever felt a deep connection with your plants? Some people believe that repotting can help you understand your plant's personality on a whole new level. And speaking of connections, have you ever dreamed about your plants after repotting? Can't say I have, but it might be a sign of spiritual bond, according to many. So the next time you're about to repot, remember it's more than just a chore, it's an adventure, a therapy session, and maybe even a spiritual journey.
Okay, wasn't that neat? Okay, so one thing that I do is I put little crystals and gemstones in my plants when I pop them up, or if I get a new plant, I always pop like some sort of like crystal or gemstone that's good for plants and plant care and plant health into the plant, just for like good luck and charm and stuff like that. But I guess that falls into that category of like spirituality. So there we go. All right. So we have her repotted, and now it's time to give her a good watering so she can rest easy and become, continue to become a beautiful plant. And I'll swear I'll take better care of it. I swear. Leave comments below about any questions that you folks have when it comes to repotting. I've been doing this with plants for, gosh, almost a decade now. And so I'd love to answer your questions. In the meantime, if you thought that was interesting in terms of the Monstera Siltobacana hammering, you should check it out right now.